What's going on, guys? So this is actually my second take at trying to make this video. Came outside, gonna try and keep it a little bit later. Audio might be horrible though. It's like a guy with a chainsaw going crazy back there. I'm already hurt, Jesus. Nah, but I'm gonna tell you guys how I probably got the worst injury I've ever had from testing my electric paraglider. Some of you may have seen this already if you follow me on Instagram, but yeah, I'm gonna tell you the whole story. So first, a little bit of background. As you guys know, I've built a ton of stuff on YouTube. Giant range of things. If you look back at my older videos, don't though, they're like really bad.
Hey guys, this is a video on how to make...
But yeah, the way I decide on what videos to make next are I look at what videos are doing well. So then I try and make more of those videos to naturally help grow my channel. But the problem with this is you end up making videos you don't really want to make. So like all of last year and the year before, I've been doing like buy gadgets and stuff from movies. Don't get me wrong, that stuff's like really cool. And I had a lot of fun doing with it, but like just doing the same thing over and over again can get like really repetitive. Obviously that's the word means. Yeah, it just gets boring and I just lose passion and motivation to do it. And also I'm a full-time college student, so classes eat up a ton of my time, cause me to lose motivation even more because I'm not happy with the videos and it's just a vicious cycle. So at the beginning of this summer, I knew I'd have a bunch more time and I told myself I would finally do videos that I want to make, that I could have fun with. And I just wouldn't care really how they did, in hopes that eventually like the passion would show through in the videos, people would like them more and they'd eventually do well. This also meant posting less. The way YouTube works, if you don't know, if you post regularly, your videos get recommended more and you generally do better. But I hope the new quality would outshine the quantity, and plus I'd be happier if I was making these projects, so that's what I decided to do. So one of these bigger projects that I decided to tackle was building this giant electric fan. Probably have seen this in previous videos. I put this on a bike, I put this on a boat, also went longboarding with it. This has actually been a pretty decent summer. Like I've been building projects that I like doing. I think I'm making some of the best videos I've ever made. So yeah, it was going really well. The thing about YouTube is there's always that pressure to top your last video. As soon as you post a video, it's like, what's next? How am I gonna beat that? For me, I definitely got caught up in this pressure, and that's when I decided I wanted to fly with this thing. And I've done some flying stuff before on this channel. Actually already had a paraglider that I used previously. Flew down a hill, so I had that laying around, and I built this electric fan, so it seemed only not leaf came out of nowhere, and it seemed like the perfect way to end the summer was to try and actually fly with this. Like that'd be crazy. It'd be so fun to get a bunch of views. Everyone would love it. I leave for school in like a week and summer's coming to end and I hadn't flown yet, so I knew I had to do this now. So my friend and I, we went out to a field by his house. We set up the glider, put the propeller on my back, set up everything, and we went for it. And that's when things went horribly wrong. So what happened was the paraglider dipped to one side, pulling my arm back, like actually into the cage. My arm pushed in the cage and actually hit the propeller. Arm went back and the propeller literally took a chunk out of my arm. I looked down and saw my arm just like gushing blood, and I was like shocked. I had the biggest like oh fuck moment of my life. Like I don't know how, I don't like to swear on this channel, but there's like no other way to describe it. I was like looked down, I was like horrified. It looked like a zombie like took a chunk out of my arm, and then like everything started spinning, right? So somehow I unclipped myself from the paraglider, wrapped a shirt around it, yelled to my friend to call 911, and started trying to just walk out of that field because it felt like I was gonna pass out, but I knew like I couldn't do that. I had to get to the road. So it was probably like 10 minutes of me just like chilling by the side of the road with my arm like gaping open. I could literally see the bone, like the tendons moving in my hand, like a blood vessel. It was so bad, it took like a chunk out. So I was by the side of the road for like 10 minutes before the ambulance came, and I was like still in shock. I had no idea what to tell the people. Like I was trying to fly in that field over there with a paraglider. Like I just felt so stupid, you know? Like I feel like everyone was just like, yeah, no shit, this was gonna happen. It's very hard to explain to them what I do. So it's just like, yeah, I build stuff. I was testing it out and cut my hand with a fan. It's supposed to be like a super fun day of me flying. Not how I thought I'd spend a Tuesday afternoon. So I was in the ambulance, they like wheeled me out right into the hospital. I should mention, like, I've never had an injury before, so this is like, I've never actually been through this process. They wheeled me like right out and into the ER, where I was waiting in there for a while. For whatever reason, this night was like crazy busy. They had like 30 people waiting for rooms, so I kind of picked a bad day for this to happen. So I was just in the hall with my arm wide open, just waiting to get a room or a doctor to look at this. Eventually they wheeled me down the hall. I didn't actually get a room, but a doctor came over and we carefully undid the bandages, and everyone was like, oh God. That's how I knew. I was like, it's really that bad, isn't it? So seeing how severe it was, they had to actually go get a special hand doctor to look at it further, because they were afraid I actually may have like hit some tendons in my hand, which would have not been good, because then I would have lost functionality in my hand. And when they said this, like, that part really scared me. Like, I can't imagine life without this hand. But thankfully, they don't think the blade hit any tendons, and I should get full mobility back in my hand. Like, I can still move my hand and feel everything. It's obviously still a little tender. They think I should get full strength back in my hand, which is really good. So then I got an IV. I thought they were gonna give me like some painkillers or something to make me feel better, but they didn't. The doctor instead was like, yeah, we're gonna have to give you like 8 shots inside of the wound to numb it up, so then we can try and sew this thing back together. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna hurt a lot. So I was like, whatever, we gotta do it anyway. So yeah, suffered through that, shots right into the wound, trying to numb it up so they could sew it. And ended up taking like 40 stitches to close this thing. Because remember, it's not like a normal wound. Like, the fan took a chunk out of my arm, so they couldn't just like sew it up. They actually had to like close it bit by bit. Now I do have pictures of the cut, but like, I really don't want to gross you guys out. So here's just a picture of me chilling in an ER. And actually, one of the worst parts was calling my parents and telling them what I did, even after they specifically told me not to. Actually, pretty much everyone thought this was a stupid idea, but like, I just got so caught up with like the pressures of YouTube, like wanting to fly. Oh, hummingbird. Hey. Oh, it flew away. Yeah, I just got so caught up with the pressures of YouTube. Also, being like 20 years old, I've never had like a serious injury. You kind of think you're invincible, and like stuff like this doesn't even cross your mind that this can happen. But so I'm sure some of you are gonna comment, you're an idiot for trying this. If you want to do that, I don't blame you. But hopefully you can understand a little bit about why I actually did this. I'm not gonna pretend everything I do on this channel is safe. It's not. I've taken a lot of risks before on this channel. Nothing really bad has ever happened to me like this. And I know I joke a lot about getting demonetized and how my videos like aren't safe and stuff like that. But this is like real proof of like why you shouldn't really do some of the stuff. I know it's funny to joke about like being unsafe on camera and getting demonetized and stuff like that, but I actually do try and take a decent amount of precautions to prevent stuff like this from happening. And I've been making stuff for like pretty much my whole life. So generally I know kind of what risks can happen. But I guess I just wanted to share this message with you guys to let you guys know what can happen. I get emails from you guys saying that you look up to me and like I've inspired you in some way, and that like always makes my day. And it just like kills me to think that what I'm doing could negatively influence other people, if it might actually cause someone to go out and do something stupid or harm them in some way. So I just felt like this was an appropriate time to make this video. The message I try to promote on this channel is through engineering, you can create stuff, like bring stuff to life from your mind, books, movies, whatever, you know, like that fiction to reality. But there's just a right way and a wrong way to do stuff. So you'll forgive me if I probably put this project on hold. I still want to fly, obviously. Like, when I get something in my mind, I go for it 100%. So that didn't change. I'm gonna go about it a much different way. Definitely stepped a little bit outside of my comfort zone with this one, which is good if you're doing it the right way, but in this case I didn't do it the right way. Sorry mom, sorry dad. Thanks to my friend Graham for calling 911. I'm going back to school in a couple days, so it's gonna take me a little bit of time to get the new studio set up. Plus I can't really use this arm very well, so I don't really know when the next video is gonna come out. Hopefully not too long. But I guess follow me on Instagram for updates there. But I am excited for the future. I'm excited to keep creating and growing as a person. So definitely be sure to subscribe, because there's just a lot more to come. So I know this wasn't a normal video, but thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. And as always, we'll catch you in the next video.